Welcome, and
Welcome.
to the DNA Sportscast.
My name is Daniel, and this is Aiden, and DNA makes up of Daniel and Aiden. So I had to think about that
Trying
one for a
something new.
second. So there you go. Funny, haha. Just in case you didn't know, his little cookie. Anyway,
I'm gonna try and not scream in your ears this podcast a little
my
bit.
ears are bro. I've got this like sinus thing going. I don't know, man. My ears are like so blocked. So
Yeah.
apologies for
Sometimes we get into it and we just
way too into it.
lean into it. Like, start yelling from this
I
close.
just forget we're getting recorded sometimes. You know what I mean?
it's passionate. It's
talking
passion. That's
too
what
much
you want.
smack.
That's what you want from your podcast is the passion.
You want it.
Otherwise, there is no passion.
You want
There's no aggression.
That's like Pep guy. It was the passion. I want some passion. You know, he's talking about he was talking about I think Aguero and his kid or something when they were in the change rooms in I think it was a pretty important game. I forgot which game it was. And he's like, show some passion for Sergio, for Kuno. He's like, come, show some fight for Kuno.
I was thinking the Arsenal TV.
And Well, you're thinking of Arteta and Pep. You know what I mean? They're gonna be saying the same shit.
Yeah. No, the fan on
Fans.
The fans on Arsenal TV.
Bro, do you waste your time?
No,
you waste your time with
it's
that?
not that. It's not that. It was a Chelsea fan. It's a TikTok of a Chelsea
Do you
fan.
waste your time with Arsenal fan TV though?
No, it's not. It's not actually Arsenal fan TV. I'm
I'm
thinking of something else.
I'm
That's
just
a
saying,
different
like,
one.
remember how big that was? Like, that was huge, man.
Yeah, what was that? It's time to go.
Yeah, it's like it smells like promotion.
Yes.
It's like, bro, they've literally given the best one-liners.
Some of the best quotes. Yeah.
Football in the footballing community. So I know one of them passed away, unfortunately, but he was a funny bloke. I forgot his name, older balding bloke. But anyway, he's the guy. I think he was the one who said it tastes like promotion. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know what context that would have been said in actually at Arsenal.
I don't know.
Anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. So this episode, sole purpose transfers.
January
Talk
transfer window. It is the 12th of January today, I think. So we're almost halfway through.
Yes.
But a lot of things have happened actually.
Yeah,
not a lot, but a few big ones.
For a January window,
It's pretty good.
I feel like there's been a lot of signings. I think from teams that have needed it too. Obviously, it's going to be the case. It's not really squad building. Actually, you can argue with Chelsea. There's been investment in terms of for the future, but also right now, which is obviously you're in need of hopefully you've got a big contingency plan in place, mate. Because it's not looking great at the moment, is it?
Nah, it's not at all. But we've made a few signings to combat the growing list of injuries, but there is one high profile loan move, which is probably the biggest name of the transfer window so far, I'd say.
I'd say so. Yeah, in terms of moves, yeah.
And unfortunately, he's going to flop.
And
Joao Felix is who we're talking about, if you didn't pick that up.
So Joao Felix,
I have a bad feeling.
What do you feel like?
I hope I'm wrong. But
what do you feel like he's going to bring to your team
I think
that you don't already have?
See, that's the problem. I think he's he's a skillful player, but from what I've seen, it doesn't look like the type of player that's going to translate to the Premier League. It's very different.
Okay.
It's very different because you've got La Liga seems a lot slower, if you know what I mean. Like Andreas Christensen and Marcus Alonso have gone to Barcelona and become a centre-back pairing of somehow, and they're playing out of their skin. And Marcus Alonso was getting caught out left, right, and centre in the Premier League. At least in the last couple of years. But,
being a wing back is pretty.
Maybe
he was a wing back, so it makes sense.
Maybe we should have tried him as centre back. Maybe we should have tried him as striker. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, though, I'm sure in training everyone rotates positions too. They're not going to just stick to their own position. I'm sure that that players going to be playing in sort of every sort of position. Well, centre back's going to be playing striker in training, obviously. But I mean, like at Alonso, I see how maybe in training at Barca, he just did really well in centre back position in a training game. Like, why not? Let's see how you go. You know what I mean? So it all comes down to that and whether the player wants to play in those positions. So Joao Felix may have to. With you guys, settle for potentially being the main man up front. I think.
I think it's mainly because we needed someone. You know, if there wasn't this many injuries, maybe we wouldn't have bothered.
Yeah.
But I think the way we're going to get the best out of him is if he actually, maybe if he plays the centre forward role, If he plays more of a false nine.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
With maybe Pulisic. Oh, he's injured now, but honestly, I don't even know who I'd put on the wings around him. You got Havertz. You got Aubameyang's injured now too, I think.
Mate, I was gonna
honestly Mount, but that's the problem. If you got Mount, Havertz, and Felix, that's all like they can all play the false nine.
Absolutely.
Who gets the goals if they're all playing like false nines?
But no one does it at full cylinders. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like their ability is up here, and as soon as they get shifted into a central role, they just sort of shit themselves a bit. I don't know what it is. Like, and your wingers aren't. I don't know, man. Very just underwhelming. I've said it about Havertz this whole season. Underwhelming as anything. World Cup was underwhelming. He had a game man of the match performance. Fair enough. But I don't feel like he is the player that Chelsea brought in. You know, in terms of what his output is now, the expectation is definitely a lot higher than what he's producing. So, I think maybe Felix is going to create some sort of competition in that spot too.
He might, but I'm just happy it's just a loan move, and he's if it doesn't work out, he gets shipped back off. Yeah, you know? And then Nkunku's going to come in anyway, so I think it's a filler before Nkunku comes back in. Because I think they're actually quite Felix and Nkunku a little bit similar, but Nkunku's just for me, he's just a bit quicker, a bit more clinical maybe. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'll watch Felix week in, week out, or even Nkunku.
Not.
Like
as you shouldn't, you shouldn't. No.
Like I don't know. Like I hope I'm wrong, but I just have this gut feeling that it's just going to flop.
In terms of what I've seen out of him, in terms of like what I've seen in World Cups and some Atletico games I've watched in the Champions League, he doesn't he scores every now and then. You know what I mean? He has an impact every now and then. I feel like you guys have a lot of those players. It's not like consistently week in, week out. You know, like in terms of how Rashford's playing at the moment, like. I know the team's struggling. I know that, and we've got a great team at the moment. But who's in a purple patch of form at the moment? I don't want to say Arrizabalaga, but like, I mean, it sort of goes in saying like because you're copying a lot of shots, like he has to be pretty good, doesn't he?
It's true.
But anyway, in saying all of this, I just felt like that move happens because of Simeone. They don't like each other. Simeone is apparently there's rumors of him leaving Atletico at the end of the season. Yeah. So Joao's gonna come back if that's the case, and then he won't be there, and he may have a future still at Atletico, but right now he doesn't. With Simeone there, they've just have their issues. So with Chelsea, who knows, man? Who knows? You could end up falling in love with him, and look, you should never fall in love with a lone player. But at the end of the day, this could transform his career because he has stagnated a bit.
Yeah, well, because look, the realistic part of it is there's a reason why it's a loan move and not a proper transfer. Because they got him for 100 million. If he was actually playing like he was worth that. Someone would be in for him for that type of money, but no one is. That's why it's just a loan move.
And that's why he's stayed there for 4 5 seasons now. Yeah. 4 seasons or so. Because of that, his price tag's way too high, and clubs aren't going to come in and want to swoop him because Atletico inherently is going to be like,
we want what we paid.
Exactly.
But he's not worth that, is he? If the hype he came with, if he was actually living up to it, then he wouldn't be getting loan moves. He would be getting 140, 150 million pound move.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just not how it's working. But this is like a little lifeline for him.
It is.
We'll see how he goes. But he's taken the number 11. Hopefully he can turn up in the big games. Yeah.
Oh, bro, he's going to smash. The Orps wasn't going to hate him for taking that number 2.
Nah, but it's better than taking the number 9 and getting that curse.
But 11, I wouldn't take 11 either.
Yeah, no way,
man. It's like going to nut. Oh, I've said enough.
Well,
anyway, I was going to say take a Messi, 10 but Ansu Fati, man. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing taking Messi?
He's got his injuries to compare with, but anyway, I think he was number 7 at Atletico. Obviously, Kante's got that.
Felix.
Yeah. So other than 11, I don't see what other number he would have taken.
Man. Just take the. I don't know.
Actually, when I saw that, I was like, it actually made me realize. I'm like, how's no one else got that number?
No one wants that number.
Why has no one else got that number?
They just don't want it.
I was trying to think. I'm like, who had that before? I'm like Drogba,
but Pedro in between.
Pedro had that. Yeah, he did.
Didn't
He was number 17, but he might have changed to 11.
Someone changed to 11 in that.
I'm like,
period.
who on earth took the 11? Someone took it, bro. Anyways, we've made a few other signings to kind of combat all the injuries. David Detro Fofana, young lad, from Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
And also, I don't want to butcher this pronunciation, but Benoit Badiashile.
Where's Benoit Badiashile
centre back?
from?
So, Monaco.
Okay, yeah.
French Monaco. Both young players. I get the feeling now that Felix is here, Fofana might get a loan out. But you never know. We need the We do need the numbers with all these injuries. To be fair.
No. I was gonna ask about those players. They're all forwards, aren't they?
Benoit.
What's Benoit?
He's centre back.
So let's call him Benoit. All right, Benoit is a centre back. Yeah. Is he a young boy or like?
He's young, yeah. I want to say
from Monaco. Generally speaking, they're
21.
Monaco farmed out so much good talent in the past. Let's hope for you guys, for your sake, it actually works out. It's one of those under the radar deals because no one's really. I saw it come up and I didn't really think much of it because I'm honestly Monaco again not really on my radar. So, fair enough in regards to signing him. Let's see what happens. But yeah, usually you'll get a pretty good return, I reckon, out of him.
Yeah, but the positions we are crying out for is centre mid.
Yeah.
Which, without Kante, is very rough. But in saying that, Zakaria and Kovacic actually look like a good pivot. They actually look.
Zakaria
pretty
looks
good, you know.
He's very skillful, man. He's very technical as well, which is weird to me.
Yeah, I saw was it a quote or something about Tuchel saying that when he got the loan move and when Zakaria turned up, Tuchel never heard of him before.
Yeah,
or something like that. And now he didn't play on him at all. Now Potter's used him and he's actually playing alright.
Tuchel never heard of him.
Yeah. That's what I saw. It could be.
I don't want to the ground. I don't understand.
I don't want to sit here and pretend like I believe everything I see on the internet. So it could be bullshit, but I don't know. But the biggest position, the biggest position we also need, because obviously centre mid Enzo Fernandez, that's not happening anymore.
Sad.
Too much money.
It was too much money. What a fuss, man.
Yeah.
What a fuss.
But the links were it was going to be 120 million, 40 million paid each year over the next 3 years or something like that, but just ended up collapsing. And I think that was a lot of money anyway.
They, like you said, they wanted an installment. You guys want to pay in installments too.
Yeah.
I think that, it sounds like you guys were just like stalling a little bit, maybe.
It's a bit long.
To get a better price. I don't know. Like, I think you guys are probably, just trying to leverage a better price, but it turns out that didn't work out.
Yeah.
And I really hope we get him.
Yeah.
I really hope we get him. He'd be perfect replacement for Eriksen. Perfect replacement for Eriksen.
But yeah, the biggest was the centre mid, but it's actually the backup right back. Because as Azpilicueta's on his last legs, he's ready to retire.
Bro, I'm surprised he hasn't. Already.
Reece James is, I'll say it here, best right back in the world right now. I mean, not right now, he's injured, but
so he's not.
Yeah, when
best
he's fit, when he's
best
fit,
injured right back.
Injured right back. Yeah, when he's fit, he's definitely.
He's up
there.
If
if not first, then top 2, top 3, easy.
His impact on the field is crazy. It was crazy under Tuchel. Let's see how it translates under Potter.
Yeah, but even when
let's see once he fits in.
Even when he has played under Potter, he's still just that guy.
No, I know. And let's see long term though.
That's why his injury is so bad because we can't attract decent right backs to come play for as a backup.
Yeah,
no one wants to play backup. You got someone like Denzel Dumfries that I saw a link with, right? He's played well in the World Cup, but he's not going to want to come to Chelsea and be backup right back. He's going to want to go somewhere and play first team football. So no one's going to come that's going to be good enough to actually play. That's going to want to be a backup. It just doesn't.
At the moment, anyway, because the fact of the matter is your priority. I don't know. Like I think you're playing him mostly because of the fact that you don't have a prospect coming through. I'm not too sure. But
well, we had prospects. We had two. We had Tarek Lamptey and Tino Livramento. So one's at Brighton, one's at Southampton.
Yeah.
They were both big prospects. They both left because they were never going to get in the team over Reece James. Simple as that.
Yeah, okay. All right. So now
now
you're in a...
Back to hard to come by. I don't know how we pulled off fucking Chilwell and Cucurella, but...
Crazy, man. That's really good because at the end of the day, that's nicely balanced partnership there in terms of that position because at the end of the day, Chilwell's killing it. And then you got the other that is just like starting to produce some really good performances. But obviously at Chelsea, he's been a little underwhelming, Cucurella, but he's cooked a bit up. If I'm honest, he's done all right.
Yeah, he's had his moments. He's had his good moments. He had his bad moments.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So, I mean, I think you guys just have a bit of a rebuild to go this window, especially. I don't know what other business you guys will do because you got a defender, you got a centre back, you got a forward, you got a younger forward, but he's like you've mentioned, he's probably going to get loaned out.
Yeah.
So
he might hang around because of the ACL to Armando Broja.
Absolutely, yeah.
Possibly, but. We'll see.
Yeah, no, well, if that didn't happen, Felix wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
I don't think he would, because as soon as that happened, that's when the link started.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Started coming up. Yeah, that's when we needed someone. I think Aubameyang's injured now too. It's ropes. You look at the Chelsea's injured team, and I think they're missing one injury to a centre back, and then you've got a full 11.
Yeah.
And that 11. And that 11, when you see it on paper, that's a top 4 side.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's not... Well, that's the thing, though. You have the club... management, coaches, they have to keep in mind... Are they, like... They're all... What type of injuries are they? Like, are they...
You got some bad ones. You've got some...
Yeah.
Like...
No, they're not soft
50,
tissue, though. Yeah,
ones.
they're not... If it's soft tissue, that's when it gets annoying. It's like, come on, you can help that. It's like, it's either you're overworking the player or they're not eating enough or hydrating, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
But it seems like with these tricky injuries, you can't help it. So that's why I feel bad for you guys. It's like you can't really help it.
Yeah.
You see teams that drop off because of their injury management's poor. But with you guys, it's just you've just got. Yeah, it's like every day you wake up with a new issue.
Yeah, I know. I don't know every single one of the actual injuries, but you've got a variety. You've got Broja with his ACL. You've got Sterling went off clutching his hamstring. So
that's sad, man.
I
think Sterling has been overworked. I reckon he's got like the do you know what you saw in Rashford last season?
Yeah.
You know how he was like dead, like.
Yeah.
People want to say he just didn't play well. No, he was overcooked. Like he was fucked. Like I reckon everything was hurting for him. Like I'm not even joking. And I feel like now, and they're just overworked. And I think that's what's happening with Sterling in a sense. Even though he's older, and it's happening more towards the end.
Oh, you say he's older? He's only 27.
Yeah, but Rashford.
Older than Rashford. Sorry,
it's a couple of years older than Rashford. Older than Rashford. But I'm just saying, like. Both of them had careers that started. They really pronounced themselves onto the stage really early, and they were relied upon quite a bit, playing consecutive games time and time again. But all I'm saying in all of this is with Sterling, I feel like I think we've seen the best out of him, because I feel like he's at an age now. Marcus is still at an age where he can. His trajectory can still go up. You know what I mean? You just rest a bit and you can go. But like Sterling's about closer to 30.
So the general consensus with outfield players is they're at their peak, especially forwards. And midfielders. They're at their peak around the 27 to 30 mark.
Wingers,
wingers, forwards.
It depends.
Fullbacks, centre backs can go a bit longer, and then keepers
27
go
to 30 for wingers, I reckon.
27
to 30 for wingers.
Yeah.
Strikers
can maybe go a little bit longer.
You can have exceptions, exactly.
Yeah.
Defenders can go a while because they don't need that much pace.
Midfielders depends what type of midfielder you are. You got Sergio Biscuits.
Biscuits
just
going
forever.
Dude, that guy, like he's just genius of the game.
Then you got box to boxes that are probably, I'd say 27 to 30 again. But
absolutely, because there's so much more running involved. Yeah. They're just nuts. Naturally speaking, they're just hard people. Hard people that run hard, work hard. And like
Yeah.
look what happened to Ericsson, man. I know it was a sort of like could have been a genetic thing, but like I don't think that could have happened to any other player on a pitch because Ericsson was in the forward. I remember it was towards the corner flag in that game.
Yeah.
And like after being back in the defensive half, like all I'm saying is though, I think the most in terms of Chelsea, your players and the position they're in at the moment, your forward line is aging, is at their peak now. I feel, or
some of
or
yeah.
past
It's-
it.
it's a
Apart from
variety.
your young prospects, and I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
So Pulisic, I don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
If I'm
Well,
honest.
like you got Pulisic, Havertz, Mount. They're all relatively on the younger side still. They're all like 23, 24.
I understand
Then
that,
you've
but
got, but then you got you just got your Sterling,
Aubameyang.
27. You got Aubameyang and the wrong side of 30.
it just feels like
It's
you've had a lot of
mixed
patch jobs in the past,
Yeah.
like with Giroud coming. Giroud was a great
Giroud,
acquisition. Don't get me
unreal.
wrong.
Unreal.
Don't get me wrong, but that's your that's what I'm saying. It's your sort of your philosophy. Like Drogba was like mid-20s when he came, but who was I? It's just like I just feel like a lot of patch. Like United's guilty of that too. With Weghorst now. So with Wout, he's an older bloke, seasoned in playing for Besiktas in the Super League in Turkey. But the thing is, he complements how we play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can't wait for him to jump in the
I
team.
think
man.
it's not 100% confirmed yet, but it's
Nah,
basically
it'll get
it's
there,
basically
it'll get
done,
there.
yeah.
It'll get
I think
there.
Fabrizio gave it the here we go, I think.
He gave the here we go. He literally said bye to his supporters.
It's done. But
at the last game, he scored in like the 93rd minute in the last game he played, and like the crowd was going fucking ballistic, and he was just like, "Thank you," basically. So, I remember seeing him at Burnley when they were fighting for the relegation
He
battle.
was good.
I thought he was too, but he only scored 2 goals. But
But
he was
that's
huge.
at a Burnley team.
Like bro, he was massive. Like it was a good replacement for Chris Wood. That's for certain. Like it was
Give him,
like not carbon copy of Chris Wood, but very similar. But
give him Fernandez and Ericsson feeding him balls.
Seca Seto. See you later, bro. I'm being for sure. Like that is what I'm so excited about because we can whip balls in from each patch of grass. Like in terms of like on the wing or in the middle channels, like we can literally cross the ball. Like obviously not the middle, like the middle channels, but like you got Shaw on the outside. You've got Bruno then on the inside of Shaw, let's say, to cross balls in, and then you've got Ericsson on the whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like we've got a lot of options. Putting the ball in, it's just we haven't had a player since Ronaldo, let's be honest.
Surprised to say that.
Since Ronaldo to finish those opportunities. Like Rashford has had a few headers, I remember, missed a couple. We just don't have that prolific guy to finish off some of these opportunities. Like we could be finishing games 4-5-0. We're only last 3-4 games we've been winning like 3-0. Like, and I know they haven't been against great opposition, but I'm telling you, man, when I've seen like Pillistri come in, it's just in terms of these players need someone to reward their efforts. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So
look, does Weghorst start over Martial?
In terms of what I've
if
seen,
you've got a big game.
So in
If
terms,
you're playing City, come on,
let me say this. In terms of recent performance, Martial was lazy as fuck.
Yeah.
He's been lazy. He's got too comfortable. Knowing Ronaldo's out the door. Friendlies we didn't even win. Like we lost.
Yeah.
I think we lost both
No,
games.
the competition will be good. The
Competition's gonna be great. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But we're gonna have to see. Obviously, you're gonna have to just sub on Weghorst, see how he goes, see how he, on game day, see how well he plays. But we'll see. But I feel like Wout will end up taking his spot. Yeah.
Okay.
He will.
You're excited for this move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm excited. It's like we just need need this sort of player.
So he's the type of player that's just gonna tap him in, just gonna knock him in, just gonna finish off the chances. But I want to ask this question, and I hate to bring it up again, but why couldn't Ronaldo do that?
He could do that.
Why was he on the bench?
Because at the end of the day, it was a disciplinary thing. He didn't go.
Yeah, no, that's what happened at the end of the day. But before that even happened, he was on the bench.
When?
Before, like, When the season
Which
started,
season are we
when
talking
when
about?
this season started, he was a bench player.
Because he didn't go to preseason at all. He literally said he
Yeah,
had
but
family
he couldn't-
personal reasons, right? No. He had personal reasons. He felt like the club wasn't taking into consideration his issues. So his attitude went to shit. That's why.
Alright.
Ten
So you
Hag,
reckon-
Ten Hag, what you got to understand about Ten Hag is, if you're not for the team, he tells you get fucked. Like, that's simple as
Yeah,
that.
okay.
And I love that.
Yeah,
So
I like
be
that
it.
too. I like that
So
too.
be it.
So you reckon if that didn't happen, Ronaldo would still be starting for you now?
100%.
Interesting.
If Ten Hag
Yeah,
wasn't there,
okay,
Ronaldo would
okay.
still be...
Because people were, look, even before it all
Because he had-
happened, people were calling for him. Oh, he needs to leave. He's the problem. Like all of last season, he
I
was
don't know,
scoring the
and-
goals, but people were saying he's the problem. I don't know.
At the end of the day, you still had, Pogba, Lingard in the fucking dressing rooms. You know what I mean? Like, with the fingers were pointed at Ronaldo because he's one of the greatest of all time. Simple as that. I don't
Yeah.
think it had anything to do with how he played. Had nothing to do with his attitude. Just because what we expected out of him, we were in a shit position and we put too much pressure on him. And bro, I look at the start of last season, mate. When I saw those first few games, bro, after that Newcastle game when we just went through them at home, man, oh my God, I was so excited. I'm like, yes, it's all coming together finally. And then I don't know what happened, man. It just, I don't know. It was
Yeah.
just like everyone just injuries came along. Midfield was shit. Luke Shaw had the up and down season.
I'll tell you what.
De Gea didn't play too well.
I'll tell you what.
He was up and down.
Casemiro is your saving grace. It's probably your best signing since Sir Alex.
So, do you know since Michael Carrick, we've been asking for a DM, and do you know who they gave us for how many years? Your fucking scraps. They gave us Nemanja Matic,
yeah.
right? But Mourinho loved him, so the club's like,
Yeah,
no
that
worries.
was-
He only
yeah.
costs 5 mil. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
As soon as Mourinho leaves, you get your Ole's in, and then he's the way he plays is just so attacking. All he needs is centre mids, right?
Yeah.
But then you saw how weak United get. In transition, and we just never seem to really address that until Ten Hag came, because he's an attacking manager, but at the end of the day, he understands that you need a good foundation to go forward.
Yeah. Even when Matic was there, I was saying you lot need a damn midfielder.
Yeah.
Like, bro, honestly, all right, I want to give you this. Who's since Sir Alex? So all the signings since Sir Alex left.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the number one?
The best signing.
And I've got two names. I was gonna say either Casemiro or Fernandez.
Since Sir Alex,
Yeah.
Ander Herrera was one of the best
Ooh.
midfielders I'd seen since, in terms of
Yeah.
in United colours.
But who revolutionized your team? Who actually had that impact? Like Herrera's a very good player, but he didn't transform your team into a. Maybe he didn't have good players around him, but
Mate, he don't you remember a
Yeah.
game against Chelsea when he absolutely shut the fuck down Hazard? Don't you remember that?
yeah, it's true.
Bro, he
Yeah.
literally, that's when you guys were on fire, man, and we were still trying to I think we're pretty close to each other at that part of the season
Yeah.
too. And Herrera made Hazard look like Archie Thompson. So I love Archie Thompson. I actually saw him the other day. I said hi to him. Anyway, it was crazy. Anyway, I'm sorry. I thought I mentioned that. Fuck, that's a good question, man. That's a very good question. In terms of transfers, Marouane Fellaini. I'm joking. Marouane Fellaini.
Let's bring up Fellaini in my next point. Actually.
Juan Mata, I think he was very good
interesting.
look, at the end of the day, could have done a lot better. We understand, we know where his career went after that, but I think he did very good too. I feel like with United we have had some good transfers, but they've been majority of them have been pretty bad, because when Van Gaal came in, he brought in Memphis and Di Maria, and we all know how that
Di Maria
Ended
should have been the best signing.
he should have, man.
He should have.
He was on fire at Real too. I don't know.
I
what
get
happened there.
flashbacks to that. Was that chip against Leicester?
Dude, that was
Oh.
that. I don't want
That whole
don't-
game was
no,
unreal.
exactly. I was about to say, don't
Yeah.
bring that game up. I was
That's my-
literally Jamie Vardy.
That's one of my
lives
favourite
rent free in my
Yeah.
head for the rest of my life
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like he literally. I was like,
Cambiasso.
I can't be us, bro. The guy
Cambiasso.
decided to play the game of his life at the tender age of 57. Like, what the hell, man?
Yeah. That game's one of my favorite. one of my top 3 games I've ever watched live.
Yeah,
That was amazing. And because at that time, I don't know why, I just had some I loved watching United lose.
Yeah, of course.
I don't really mind. I don't actually mind that. I don't mind it that much these days.
Everyone loves watching us lose. Let's be honest. But look, I think Memphis wasn't a great. He did okay. Like, I was really rooting for him, but obviously didn't come to light. But he's done really well recently. He's doing well where he's at now. But there's talks of him going to Atletico, which is not surprising because Felix is making his way out for 6 months or however long now. So what do you reckon? What do you reckon about Memphis I reckon it's sorry, I don't know. I'm not asking myself here, but what do you think about Memphis and in comparison to Felix? Would you rather Memphis or Felix? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, Felix. We've already seen Depay in the Premier League.
It's a very good point. It's a very good point.
I just find it funny that he couldn't do it at United and then somehow he's ended up at Barcelona.
Bro, yeah.
Well, but actually, that's a testament to Barcelona's just odd signings in the last 2 years.
Some people just play well because of the jersey they put on, man. I'm telling you, man. It drives them. Has
he been playing well there? He started off alright, and then I'm pretty sure he's been sitting on the bench.
Dude, he's just been a bit of an inconsistent player in the past, but I think now he's a bit more. He's doing pretty well. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like Felix is a bit more underwhelming than Memphis, but it's a good point about him already coming to the Premier League, not doing great. Look, he was younger, but again, he didn't feel right. It's he felt like a big Hazard, you know what I mean? Like a chunkier Hazard, and it just didn't work. I don't know, it just didn't work. He was fast, but not quick enough.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. His finishing ability,
skillful but not skillful enough.
Finishing ability wasn't enough. Everything just wasn't enough. And I think it was just fine tuning his ability. Who knows? Maybe he could come and do really well in the Premier League. But I think it's funny. How can you go from a Barca to Atletico though? You know what I mean?
It's a Griezmann.
Yeah, that's right. They want
Griezmann.
Dude, Griezmann is fucking good, huh?
Yeah.
He had a really good World Cup.
Yeah, he did.
He had a really good World Cup.
He transformed his whole game.
Bro, I'm so glad he went back, bro. I was the Barca,
Oh, that killed him, man, honestly.
Now they want him back, huh? Is that the case?
I'm not sure, but...
No, surely not.
If I was them, I'd take it. Nah, they'll have Pedro and Gavi playing those roles that Griezmann was playing in the World Cup.
Yeah.
But real quick, before we move on too far, you didn't answer my question.
What was the question again?
Who's the best transfer since Sir Alex?
I'm trying to think of all the managers.
Surely it has to be Fernandes or Casemiro.
So, no. I think either Fernandes, Casemiro I can't say yet. Obviously,
it's still early.
It's not enough time.
I think he's had an amazing impact. Maybe it's too early.
Way too early.
Okay.
Bruno?
Mm-hmm.
All right. For Ole, it was Bruno, Van Gaal was Dali. No, Van Gaal was Blind. Yeah, born in Dali Blind.
Really? The new Bayern Munich player.
We'll talk about that. Well, really, it's not much to talk about. It's pretty surprising though. But I think Bayern, when Bayern make a move though, you're like, so why'd you say that? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? It's just hang on a second.
I kind of see it.
What are you getting out of this?
I kind of see it.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too.
He'll just fill a role. Very versatile.
He's
play all around.
Everywhere, man. Midfield, centre back, full back, whatever you want. He's an awesome player, and that's why I feel under Van Gaal, he did very well. And then before Van Gaal, you had Moise, right? No. Jose,
and then what was before that?
No, Jose was after Van Gaal. What am I saying?
Yes.
Jose was. I skipped Jose. I skipped Jose because I don't know.
Matic, like you said.
Yeah, I think it is Matic. I think it is. Did you bring in Herrera?
Who brought Herrera in?
I
swear that was before Jose.
Van Gaal. He was playing under Van Gaal. He was playing under
Could have been Moise, you know.
Moise potentially. It was quite a while ago now. But look, at the end of the day, I feel like Ander Herrera is probably the person that pops out the most for sure. I think he He just had a crazy work ethic and loved the club. Like, I've never seen someone smash the badge on his chest so much in my life, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like he was from Manchester and you loved him, man. I remember watching so many interviews of him. It was so, he was just a really good player.
Yeah. Good answer. Good answer. I didn't think of him. I was only thinking Casemiro Fernandes, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Probably because recency bias, they're still here.
Yeah. Well, it's just recency bias, but also, it's easy to sort of, forget the small things players do when, after a while, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember those, you talked about Fellaini earlier. And
Marouane.
Herrera against Chelsea, and I remember those battles, when Fellaini was your main man in midfield. And you just used and abused his height and physical presence. I remember this one game against Chelsea. I think Mourinho was coaching us, Chelsea.
Yeah.
And he put Kurt Zouma in centre defensive midfield so he could just man mark Fellaini the entire game.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. It's fair enough.
And it worked.
Of course it would work because if he's getting rustled and tussled, bro, all I remember him doing was climbing on people's shoulders, bro.
Yeah.
So he came to United in 14, 15. So that was around Van Gaal. That was Van Gaal.
Was it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
At the time. Here we go. This is
interesting. Luke
they're showing they're showing the whole squad from that year. Okay, so
Luke Shaw's a shout. Maybe I don't. Maybe not best signing. But he's
been very good.
Too on and off.
But
when he's good, he's good though.
He's freaking injured, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
FA Cup 6th round. No, it was under Van Gaal because he won it. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I get these managers and shit mixed up. There's been so bloody many, man. If I was a Chelsea supporter, man, I'd struggle so much, man. I'd get my dates mixed up so much, man. Oh,
I do.
God, bro. Trying to figure
right.
out when Jose's won the Premier League, like Conte's come in and stuff. It's like Jesus.
2014.
Gus Hiddink was there for a bit. You know?
Yeah.
I just said like 4 or 5 different names that didn't even stem over 10 years.
No, I heard this nice quote. If Abramovich was still in charge, Potter would be sacked by now.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would. It's been.
I don't think we should have got rid of Tuchel in the first place.
Absolutely not.
Well, it is what it is. We move on. We move forward.
And just like good old Gareth Bale, mate, he's moving forward into his golfing career, and it looks like he's retired, man.
That was a beautiful segue.
It's fucking sad. No,
you did well.
It was fucking sad, man. Like when I saw that, I'm like, damn. And then we all think of that one goal. Well, I don't even have to mention it. Going around. Fuck, which defender was it, man?
Mark Bartra.
Was it? Yeah, bro. Yeah, I know. Yeah, bro. That was was it Bartra? I don't know. Anyway,
the Copa del Rey final, and then Ronaldo's going crazy in the crowd because he wasn't playing.
Yeah, just taps the ball in front of him and just far out, man. It's a testament to him.
Bale's prime was different.
He was, especially Premier League. It was unbelievable too.
I want to say first 3 years in Real Madrid and like the last 2 years at 3 years at Tottenham. That like 6-year period.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. He was untouchable, man. He was untouchable.
Actually, he's one of my favorite players of all time. I've said this before. Him, Ronaldo, and Hazard, my 3 favorite players of all time.
Bale had that same energy as Ronaldo. You know what I mean? In terms of his the intensity on the pitch and just like the ferocity and like the potential. I swear to God, man, I thought Bale was going to be nearly as good as Ronaldo. Not as good. That's when we all
thought Bale and Neymar were the next 2 up.
But to be honest, though, I think Bale sort of did reach the height, not the heights of Ronaldo, but
he was getting comparisons with Ronaldo and Messi at the time when he was really firing. They were saying, he's the only player with the shot of Ronaldo and the dribbling of Messi. Like, not quite. No, not quite, brother. But I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah, for sure, but just not that to that degree. Calm down, chill out, bruv.
But he's gonna become a pro golfer now.
Yeah, pro golfer. As it always should have been for him. But yeah, he's been an unbelievable talent in football, and I wish all the best for him. But he's done, and it looks like this episode's done.
Yeah, I think so.
That's it.
Any other little transfers?
Honestly,
our Mabil. Aussie boy.
If you want to talk about the.
We'll just quickly name some things if you can think of him. Our Mabil went to Sparta Prague on loan.
Yeah. Okay.
Is.
Yeah. That was always going to happen, though.
You got the injury to Lewis Nani at Melbourne Victory.
No, he's done.
ACL.
No, he's done.
He's done.
Honestly, I don't know to what extent. They reckon he's torn it. I think he just has a little tear.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm packing it in.
Yeah.
He's like saying how the whole A-League is at the moment. It's a big mess. The club's a mess. Yeah. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
You've got Dubravka got recalled because Karius got. So there's the snowball effect. Karius got let go. Got dropped. Not dropped. He got released. They recalled Dubravka back, and now you've signed Jack Butland.
Huge, man. And that's what Jack Butland, he kept the clean sheet against Charlton, which is good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he started.
Yeah, on him.
So,
yeah,
good start.
Backup keeper,
Good start.
Yeah, everyone's got to have one.
But if I'm honest, man, yeah, we sort of do. I think there has to be an understanding between De Gea and the other keepers now. I think De Gea has taken the spotlight for a little too long now. And I think that...
Steen Henderson going to come back and take the reins?
No way. With Butland signed, that's it, done. No, Hendo, I told you, the start of this season,
reckon?
Hendo's done. He's done.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's over. There's no way Hendo's coming back. Which, whatever, man. It's sad, but, I don't know why. That's why we've got Butland in. It's like, that's why we've got... is Lee Grant still with us? I don't even know, man.
I think
but we've got plenty of goalkeepers, what I'm saying. We wouldn't have signed Butland if
I think he might be gone because I think I remember seeing you wanted another keeper. A third keeper or something.
Yeah. We just needed someone probably for the 21 games. Yeah, under 21s.
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, so...
you've got... The last thing I can think of is a man most known for being on the receiving end of one of the greatest moments in footballing history. DNA!
Troy. What's wrong with him?
No, he's fine. But on the receiving end and the other end, the guy who missed the penalty in the first place, Anthony Knockaert.
Okay, yeah. Is he on the movie?
He's going on loan from Fulham to Huddersfield or something. Like it's not.
It's not great.
Nothing big, but I just saw that
great.
and I thought it made me think back to that wonderful moment.
That's.
DNA!
Isn't it funny that the highlight of his career is him missing? Yeah.
I mean, I do remember him. He was playing well at Brighton for a little bit, but other than that, I don't remember much.
He did okay.
That's the biggest moment I can think of.
He did okay. Look, he's still doing well for being in championship football, so yeah.
Yeah. But there's nothing else I can really think of.
Yeah, that's it, mate. So thanks for...
Until we'll do another transfer roundup maybe at the end of January.
Yeah, I reckon do a roundup now that we're nearly midway through.
Let us know if you think anything else will happen. Any predictions?
I think Memphis stays. I don't think it goes.
Yeah.
Other rumors.
I don't see.
Wild guess. Yeah, Wout Weghorst to United. I don't know.
Oh, wild shout! Wild shout! Rogue. I don't know where you got that from.
Wild. I know. But apart from that, no. It's January. You never know what can happen. It's most random transfers come through. So a lot of fringe players sort of seem to make the move around then. So I don't know if it's going to be high profile moves, but see what happens.
Yeah. I can't
might be surprised on Monday.
The only rogue shout I've got in my head, I don't think will happen now, but maybe in the future, is the Bellingham to Newcastle.
Just switch it off.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen now. But Mark Lowe it will happen eventually.
He's not going there. No.
It's a Real Madrid job.
He would only go there once they win a couple of Champos, Premier League.
Yeah, that's why I think it's not going to happen now. Soon.
But no, Newcastle are going to win a Premier League until another 3 seasons, at least.
Yeah, and he's going to help them do that.
Okay, maybe. But that's what I'm saying. He's not going to move unless they win something, Newcastle.
I don't know.
I don't feel. But anyway, we'll come to United before that.
All right. Maddison to Arsenal.
Maddison to Arsenal? What do you mean? You got Odegaard there. They don't need him.
Yeah, but where does Maddison go? I feel like Maddison has to go
Maddison has to go. Leicester's a fucking sinking ship. I don't know, man. No, you know what? Leicester's up and down. Who could really do with him? I feel like I know Tottenham doesn't really like playing with that sort of midfielder, but
yeah,
I feel like he could do bits there. They might change their formation a bit, go 2 up front instead of 3 because Son's not doing much this season.
Yeah.
You get Kane, Kulusevski. I don't know. We'll
I
see.
saw Kane got linked with a move to United, but
I was like, what? Yeah, I saw that briefly.
that
actually.
happens every season, though.
Yeah, I know. I saw that briefly, but honestly, this is probably now more than ever. It's probably, it's probably more likely to happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all for this episode. We will see you again soon.
Thanks, guys.
Laters.